You're listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. I am your host, Al Mega, CEO of Comic Crusaders and Undercover Capes. In this show, I'm sitting down with creators from all walks of life to talk about inspiration, process, the lessons they've learned, and a whole lot more. What up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new Comic Crusaders podcast. I'm your host, Al Mega, CEO of Comic Crusaders and Undercover Capes. Welcome, one and all. And today, we got another awesome overseas exclusive chat over here. We're talking with an account manager from an amazing gaming company. All right. It is called Unicool Game Manufacturing, and we're going to learn all about their awesome games. And even if you're a creator, how maybe you could possibly get a game done for yourselves. Let's talk to the one and only Billy Wong. What up, kiddo? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Hey, Al Mega, thanks very much for having us here. Actually, B.
Bro. Billy, man, Mr. Billy Long, Unicool Game Manufacturing, man. A shout out to Dion Wilson from the Multiverse Hero Ledger, all that goodness. Because he goes, Al, you got to talk to this man. And I'm like, when I saw what you were up to, I'm like, yes, I do have to talk to this man. So shout out. So Billy, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great. I really want to thank you for having me here. And I also would like to give my most sincere thanks to Dion for having us introduced. I feel so excited. And, it's my very first time, so I'm kind of nervous and thrilled.
We're popping this cherry, folks. We're popping this podcast cherry here. This is great. So, Billy, let everybody know, where are you speaking to me from today?
This is Billy from Unicool, and I'm speaking with you guys from China. Yeah, Shenzhen, China. So,
snap! I love it. I've been talking to people from all over the world, in the past few podcasts, and I love it.
Yeah, have you ever talked with anyone from China?
I believe I did. I believe I have. You're not my first from China for sure.
So it's great. It's my first to be live too. To be on the air, and it's kind of it's really an exhilarating experience, I suppose.
So let's talk about you, man. How is it out there in China? I mean, what's your? Because I know we're here to talk about Unicool, but I need to know about you too. Because you're here, you're being the face of Unicool. So, Mr. Long, you tell me, how was it growing up in China? What are your fandoms, and did you find your fandom tribe easily?
Oh well, I'm originally from Wuhan province, but it's in the middle of China, so it's probably not as famous as like Shenzhen, Shanghai, or Guangzhou. Some of the Beijing, some of the first.
So you're more countryside, if you will.
Yeah, I'm more countryside, and I love English, to be honest, and and I also enjoy playing basketball.
Really? What's your team? Do you enjoy playing or watching?
Oh, well, I enjoy both, but ever since, Kobe Bryant was gone, then I kind of like give up watching. So he's my favorite, my all-time favorite.
Oh my gosh. Do you know that I actually got 2 of his books before he passed that his company has sent out for review? And I was watching, when they working on my computer, and that January when I'm like, oh my God, Kobe Bryant just died. I told my wife, she became a mess. She's not the biggest basketball fan, but she's a fan of good people. You know what I mean? Hey, Eric, how you doing?
Oh, hey. Thanks for tuning in, Eric.
It was definitely a sad day when we lost Kobe, a very great and inspirational force, But all right, so you know what? So now you lost your passion for basketball, losing, such a great legend and hero.
Yeah, right.
So, what did you do then to pass the time, after the basketball? Like, you were out of that now. What happened? I mean, what did you wind up start getting into?
Well, we play, because we have to work from Monday to Friday, sometimes Saturday. So we usually play basketball like twice a week.
Okay. And so are you dunking on your friends? Are you dunking on them or not?
No, I can't. You know what? I always dreamed about that, and I had a lot of dunk dreams. I mean, when I was sleeping. I'm
I hear you, bro. You know what? Billy Long, aka the Noob Jordan.
you know, I can do windmill and a lot of like slam dunks.
Oh,
I
right,
really
yeah.
did it in my dream.
In the dreams, yeah. I'll tell you that when I used to play my dad, he has the hook shot. He was never a person. No, he's too short. Puerto Ricans are not tall either. All right, but man, let me tell you, his stupid hook shot. Damn it! Always in. No matter how, where, if it's a hook, he got you, and it's like, whoosh. I'm like, God.
Oh, it's like the Jab Jabbar. I forgot his name. How to say that? It's like the best hooker. I mean,
Uh-huh. Oh,
in the basketball.
that
It's
that
like
that sounded funny. The best hooker in basketball. Wepa. What are we talking about here today?
all right. Okay, so that's-
Oh,
yeah, that's. I think that's pretty much
okay.
about me. And yeah, I
But
just
what I want to ask you is, are you a gamer though? Because here you are, you're working for this amazing company called Unicool Game Manufacturing. So, are you a gamer like by nature? Have you been a fan of game board, board games and video
I
games?
I would say that I'm not a big fan of video games, but for board games, I do have a few yeah favorites. For example, I like Project L. I'm not sure if you ever heard of that before.
What's
Yeah,
that?
it's like
Project L.
it's a board game that you just it's just like you put all the puzzles. It's like put the pieces together to make puzzles and you get points. And I also like composition. You know, composition. It's like it's like a spelling game, or it's like a word game.
Okay, okay. So you like to have your mind get a little involved in there. It's not brainless fun. You want to learn.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I'm quite interested in English. You know, it's the composition. That's what the game is called, and
Gotcha.
we usually, um, I think a lot of English teachers actually use that for their classes too, and I think it's kind of cool. But
Excellent. And have you
yeah,
been to America yet?
no, I haven't. But can you tell from my accent that if I've ever been there?
Hey, listen, I grew up in New York and I grew up around also a pretty big Asian community because me and my friends were going to Chinatown, down Delancey all the time in New York. And that accent to me feels like home. So thank you. Because again, I come from a place that's so diverse that I've heard every accent. So for me, this is part of my everyday and I love it. So by you saying that, I would believe that I could run into you in a Chinatown. You don't have to have a great command. I mean, yo, we're here, right? We here, kiddo.
Yeah, I'd
um,
really love to come there someday. But have you ever been to China, by the way?
oh no, I would definitely love to go. I'll probably stick out like a thumb, look out mega all over the place. But I
Yeah,
definitely I want to visit China, I want to visit Japan, and I want to visit India. Those are the three places I really want to visit.
well, you're always welcome, and I'll show you around when you come.
Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah, definitely put me onto the food, man. Because I see you guys got
Sure.
some good food out there. So it's like, oh my god, I'm gonna become a very fat Almega.
No, no, but I would definitely take you to the most special cuisines and specialties and everything that, yeah, here.
Excellent. So let's start talking about this Unicool game. And so before I start bringing up the awesome presentation, how did you connect with such an amazing, company?
Uh, how do we connect with such an amazing
Yeah, what's
company?
Unicool? Explain what's Unicool. Where did it come from?
Oh well, first we are Unicool. We're not uncool. We're Unicool, right? We're unique and cool. But and I'm not sure if what you guys would have in mind when you first hear about this name. But our original concept is that we are trying to, I would like to talk a little bit about our mission as well. So we wanted to bring all your unique cool games to life. So Unicool is kind of making unique cool games, yeah, unique and cool games. So that's what we came up with this name Unicool. So Al, what do you think of this name Unicool?
I like it because it fits exactly what you said. It's about I see the mending of the words unique and cool, and
Yeah,
it's game manufacturing. So for
yeah,
me, it's like okay, you guys are not just making your own games, but it looks to me that you could also probably make games for others just based on the verbiage. But I have to ask, I have to know how does the cow come into play?
cow. Oh well, this this is a long story. Well, one of our, I think, in China, the cow represents kind of like diligence, and they work very hard in its industries.
Okay.
Yes, and it's also, I think it's also very live, right? It's full of energy, the color and everything. So we wanted to be as diligent and as live and as
And it's tasty, right? Because you got
yeah,
some tasty games.
yeah, that's right. And also, one of the founders of the of Unicool, I think, is sign of animal is also cow. It's ox, probably it's called
Oh, okay, okay.
ox. Yeah. Do you know the Chinese animal sign?
For me, I believe I'm from 1975, so I believe I'm year of the rabbit. But then,
Yeah.
astrological, I'm a Taurus. So
I'm the,
I'm a bullish rabbit.
wow, that's cool. I was born in the year of can you guess?
uh, what can is it the ox?
No, it's not the ox. Well, but
Snake?
I was born in the
Dog?
year of sheep.
The sheep. Okay. What does that represent? The year of the sheep.
The year of the sheep represents kindness, and yeah, the sheep in China means very kind.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, so
Okay.
it's very mild and kind.
So good. I got the good guy then from Unicool here that's going to be very kind to me as I navigate this wonderful world of Unicool, right? So let's get into it, bro. A brief intro, man. Let's get into the slides, bro. All right. So a brief intro of Unicool game. Welcome, right?
Yes,
So
welcome to Unicool Game Manufacturing. So first of all, I'd like to talk a little about our history, a brief history of Unicool Game Manufacturing. So we began as Unicool Plastic Manufacturing back in like a decade ago, which was
okay.
like in 2010. Yeah, we were a professional manufacturer of action figures, resin crafts,
Oh, really? Cool.
toys, plastic toys, and yeah, things like that. Since as we became more and more renowned in this industry, in the plastic industry, a lot of board game companies they found us and they asked us to manufacture and make plastic miniatures for them. There are a lot of miniatures in the board
Yes.
game, which is something like this. There are a lot of miniatures.
Very nice. Oh, that's cool. What is that? Oh, that's fire.
Yeah, it's miniatures, and I actually have a lot of other miniatures to show, but yeah, we have a lot of miniatures um, in the board game, right? So yeah, that's where and when and how we set foot in the board game industry.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah,
cool.
as we dive in this industry deeper and deeper, we found that board game is really a booming business. Yeah,
Yeah.
so we decided to invest in a printing facility, in a printing manufacturing factory as well, and then the wood. So yeah, so at Unicool, the plastics, um, printing, the printed components, and also wooden components are manufactured in house. Yeah,
Oh,
and
wow. So you don't just do plastic, you also have wood.
yes, because
Oh, that's cool.
in a board game there are all kinds of components, and yeah, but truth be told, except those three things, um, everything else is actually outsourced. Yeah,
Okay.
we do those three. Yeah, and which our that's our what we can do best, and we manufacture the yeah again the plastics, printed components, and wooden components in house. Yeah, and everything.
Gotcha. And like how easy is it for a company to connect with you? I mean, like can you name anything like that that people may know that you may have worked on?
Well, we actually, before we have worked a long time as something like a behind the scene guy, because
Okay.
in a board game there are all kinds of components. Even us, we also have to outsource,
Yeah.
but before we like as I talked before, I we manufactured the plastic miniatures for a lot of board game companies, right?
Okay.
And so the the people only hear about them, the board game company,
Of course.
not because we made the miniatures. It's
Okay.
like they put them together and then they put on the logo, and so we were kind of like behind the scene guy.
Okay. So if
That's
I
what,
wanted to make a Comic Crusaders game, so you guys would be able to make my little plastic figures, right? You could
yeah,
create my packaging then, correct?
that's like because before, yeah, but now we can make a full set of game for you. Yeah,
Oh,
come.
you could make
Yeah,
a whole game now, the board and
yeah.
all.
That's
Oh,
yeah,
beautiful.
because that's before we were making action figures, and like what I said before, like in resin crafts. And so
Yeah.
we have been in this for these plastics for a long time. So I guess it's safe to say that custom plastic or custom plastic miniatures
Yeah.
are one of our biggest strengths. That's where we began.
Okay.
But we also have printing facilities. We have invested in a printing factory which specializes in printing and packaging. Yeah, with advanced machines and equipment such as Roland 900. Yeah, new
Okay.
modern Heidelberg. Um, yeah,
So you guys are working with top of the line equipment.
yes, that's right. Top notch equipment, and also so that's right. Yeah, so yeah,
So
this is our mission. Yes, I would like to talk a little about our mission as well.
I definitely want to know this because that's something that really attracted me. When that Dion mentioned, it's like, and this says it all. Bring all your Unicool games to life, help and grow with
That's right.
you throughout the whole process. So talk about that mission and how you could help creators and people develop their own games.
Yeah, that's right. Because we have worked with a lot of first time uh, designers as well as industry titans, giants. So yeah, because especially for first time designers, it could be pretty challenging and scary. Sometimes can be really intimidating to manufacture a game because they might have something in the mind and it's just a concept. That's yeah all what they have. They don't really know how to make that concept a reality. They don't know how to bring it to life. So that's where we came in. So they just have to take care of what they are best at. For example, designing the games, writing rules. That's not something what we are good at. But we can take some of the weight off their shoulders right after they uh, came up with this concept. Sometimes they don't know if this is possible. Sometimes it can be very overwhelming. But we've got their show. We've got them covered. Yeah, and that's we can. And sometimes we can adjust their designs a little bit to try
Okay.
to make the best combination of performance, and also we will come up with the most cost efficient solutions for them.
Oh,
Because
fantastic. So
sometimes
that's
their ideas are not are great. It's we but we can kind of like optimize it.
yeah, of
Come up with
course.
more solutions in consideration of the manufacturing cost, but without influencing the functionality of the game for sure. So
I love it. I love you hear this, folks. Cost savings over
yeah,
here. If you have an idea, they're gonna help you through your journey and save you money.
yeah, that's true. Exactly. We're not like transaction tools or something like that. But we are rather we take ownership. We're going to talk a little about later why our customers enjoy working with us in the next slide.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I like that though, as you said, that you take ownership. Not many
that's right.
companies will say those words because then that means they're responsible, and they
Yes,
don't want to be responsible. But for you to say that shows that you have a commitment to whomever works with
yes.
you, and that's a beautiful thing.
Because yeah, we always see people first. Yeah, we see people over profit. We never like just calculate how much money we can make or how much profit we're gonna have for this project, but rather we see their vision, especially for those KS campaigns. those people who run a Kickstarter.
Yeah.
It's not every project is a smash hit in the beginning, right? So
No,
yeah,
it's not.
it just the road is full of obstacles, roadblocks, hurdles, headwinds, and a lot of things. Yeah, yeah, it's it's really challenging. But even if they're facing so many difficulties, we still can see their vision. Sometimes we would even invest, and we would also help with them if there's any. Sometimes the
Oh.
gamers, they have a lot of ideas, but the financial sometimes is a problem for everyone.
I think
So
that's most of the time for most people.
yes,
Everybody has a great idea, but not, hey, how does the wallet feel about my idea? you know?
yeah, that's right. So we
Very
see people first over profit, and we constantly strive for better quality. We are never satisfied with where we are now, because we believe if we could just become 1% better each and every day, there could be really huge difference. Statistics show that if you are like 1% better every day, than like you're not, I think it's like the difference is like 37 times or something like that. I forgot,
Oh,
but yeah,
what?
it's like, yeah. So we always strive for better quality, and we try to improve little by little, each and every
Excellent.
day, yeah, on a daily basis.
So
Yeah,
I
and
want to ask here, though. I do want to ask because you're saying plastics and all. The board gaming, which is what something that exploded, I think, more during the COVID time. So can so how did you guys deal with making and working during this whole time with the COVID
um,
that was going on? How did you guys deal with that and the
well,
production of games and all?
because this COVID-19 is really influencing everyone, and it has it's really challenging and changing the whole world, right? Um, but but some it's people can't actually go outside as often and as much as they want. That's where board game came in. I think it's very important, so you can have something that to interact with your family members and the people around your fans, so you
Get
can
them
still,
off the phone.
yeah, you can still enjoy yourself instead of just spending all your time on your digital devices. So
Yeah,
this is kind of more personal, um, and yeah, more personal, and also I think it can build a stronger bond between people.
absolutely. And it didn't affect this pandemic, did it affect the business in any way? I mean, negatively. Were you able to get everything
It
you needed
actually
to get done? Were you guys ahead of the game or what?
actually and I think the influence that or the impact that pandemic has exerted on us is not that big, because just like what I mentioned before, people love to play games when especially during quarantine. Like,
Okay.
I mean, like, not on quarantine, but when when they're restricted, right? You're not
Yes.
they're not so much outing, and you stay inside basically, so you play games. So it's kind of like some of the game is actually even you know I think more popular than before, when the pandemic was not here.
No, absolutely, absolutely.
So,
So,
yeah,
okay, so this here, what does that mean? Always stay
yeah,
3 steps ahead. I'm
that's
curious.
right.
So, how did you
We
guys do that?
yeah, we always stay 3 steps ahead. What we mean by that is, just like what I mentioned before, we're not just transaction tools, right? We think for a client, just like the next one. We think for a client. We stay 3 steps ahead, because we work really proactively. For example, when they have an idea, a very brilliant one, right? But it's kind of very hard to figure out everything, to come up with an optimal solutions or whatsoever, without the physical copies. So we would make something for them beforehand, right? Even right before they ask us. For example, we make some white samples. This is a white samples, right? For a client,
Okay.
we make something physical, and we make some pre-production copies
Ah,
for them, prototypes for them to test. And this one we have another one. I guess okay. I think I didn't see. Sorry, it's gonna take a while, so I guess I just move on.
okay,
And
nice.
we make yeah, we make prototypes, and Yeah, I can show you. It's right there. Excuse me for a moment.
No worries. I'm digging it. We're getting scoops here, folks. We're seeing some
Yeah,
goodies, some cool stuff. That's exactly what I wanted, to show you guys because this homie over here is doing something awesome. If you are an independent creator, I mean these
you
people
see?
have your back for gaming. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You see, like this, we make these white samples. We make something, make the
Okay.
production copies for them. This is see, this is white. We call it white dummies
Okay.
because it's without graphics. We would try to make something for them to test, or to
So they could go there, draw, do
so this is
whatever, right?
then
Oh,
with
wow.
the designs. We have a lot of cool things. This it's really like, look, this is the idea, before, and then you came up with
Oh,
after
wow. Look
it's
at
like
that
this,
packaging.
very cool, right?
Oh, look at the side. Hey.
Yeah.
Wow,
So
nice.
that's just an example of how we can turn their ideas into reality. We try to there's a we don't wait them to like to ask us to do what's next. We predict and we try to think for them. Just like what we mentioned later in the orange, right? Think for our clients, like something like that.
Yeah.
So we always try to stay 3 steps ahead for our clients. We try to predict and try to think what they would think, and that what they would like us to do.
Okay.
To make this,
So
to do everything to accelerate the whole process, or to make it smoother.
I'm curious here. So let's say I brought you an idea, we're bringing it to life. What's the normal turnaround time for
What
that?
the minutes around time is like, hey, Stuart Wilson, welcome aboard.
Yeah, he's curious. He's curious. He goes, "What did we have here, Stu? This guy is they create games. They manufacture games, but Stu, if you wanted to create your own Star Trek game, you got to go over here to the homie here, and we'll create your own game for real. That this is what they do. They're here to be in service of people and helping them succeed in this journey that is game creation,
Yes, that's right.
right?
Um, because just like I would really like to thank Dion for just like when we after we talked with them, then this idea occurred to us. It kind of like struck us. And before we are good at manufacturing, right? But when it comes to branding and marketing,
Hmm.
we are an other lobbies. We are complete and other lobbies. So yeah. So
We've all been there, my friend. And you know
yeah,
what
this is
though?
yeah.
But you have a beautiful product and you're in service of people. I mean, that marketing just writes itself, I think.
And you were asking us around time, right? We actually have a process out there. So usually you would first you request for a quote, right? You send us an
Okay.
RFQ, and then we will. It's gonna take around. We quote very fast. I think actually much faster than some of our fellows.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So when you create when I send you my idea, the quote, how do you break down the quote? What's the kind of breakdown? Oh,
Well, we will we will first talk with you about what kind of components are involved in this game, and we
okay.
will have a video conference with you, just like what we are doing now, and just learn more about you and about your game, and then we will then come up with quotes for you. I think it is within at the most. Usually we do it within like just 2 to 3 days, but
Okay.
yeah, 1 week at the most, because we wanted to uh, under promise and over delivery for sure.
Of course, of course. That's the business, kiddo. I love it. I love it. That's what we entrepreneur here, folks. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, and then you send us a quote, and we quote you back with a quotation, and then you would send us all your files, and then we would check it, then review your files if any technical issues, because most of the artists and designers, what they think is actually from the designing perspective, not the
Mm-hmm.
manufacturer. Sometimes it's great idea, but it's probably not possible to manufacture it.
Yeah.
In that, so we can make small adjustments for them and to review that. And also, this is gonna usually it's gonna take I think 1.5 months span,
Okay.
and then we would try to make some white samples like this,
Okay.
just let you test and to see what it looks like in real life, right? Physically, not just
Okay.
something in your brain, right? You gotta have something physically to and then only then will you see how it works, and, what it looks
Of
like, and
course.
yeah, that's right. And then we're gonna make these copies for you, and right after that, if you happy with this, right? This is called the pre-production process
Stage. Yeah.
stage or phase, right? And then after that, after everything is after everything is confirmed, and then you know sometimes they their plans are changeable, right? So it's better to make changes before this, and then right after you confirm, sometimes it can be hard or it's almost impossible to make adjustments,
Yeah.
or even if you can, it's going to be costly, right? And it's not recommended.
Yeah,
So
it's definitely not recommended. I mean, yeah, do it please in pre-production because once it gets into post, it's a wrap. It's like you're in
and
trouble.
then right after this pre-production, then we'll do a mass production. Yeah,
Okay.
that's the real game began, and begins. Okay, and then this is gonna take usually I think around 2 months or so.
Okay.
But
So what?
depending on
2 months
your
is what? How many pieces are we talking about? Or how many units? I'm sorry.
oh
In a
well,
2 month period.
right? The pieces, units, or sets, it's okay, and and usually it doesn't make much difference though, because once the machine runs on, then everything's kind of like just the same process. So
Okay.
usually, yeah, but it pretty much depends on the the complexity of your game, and the,
Uh,
yes, of
you,
course, the quantity of the game would also be a factor, but not that much as people think. So yeah, and then after this mass production, then will be the assembly and shipping, right? We will do this assembly for you. Yeah. By the way, we could also offer fulfillment service if
oh my God! Oh, so
because
you wait. So Unicool is basally become a one-stop shop.
yes, we're trying to,
Oh, that's
because
great. Good for
before we
you.
don't have that, but a lot of customers they're asking us, and if they
They
ask
want
us,
help. I mean,
yeah,
if you know how, incorporate that
yeah,
into your
yeah.
business. This is how business segues and grows because you start providing services you never knew people needed. Right?
Yes, but because we wanted to, you know, we haven't expected it to be so much. There's so much demand for this. This people. Okay, it's my first time to design a game. I have so many things to do. I can't really take care of everything. I was wondering if you could, just offer something like fulfillment service to,
Yeah.
yeah, to help me, because especially for those Kickstarter creators,
Oh yeah.
the campaign creators. They
Oh, do you get a lot of Kickstarter creators for real though?
Yes, there are actually a lot of them. More coming actually.
Oh
I see
wow, nice.
really a demand. I would like to talk a little about that as well in the latest stage. To share with them some of
Yeah.
the experience. And also, yeah, that's the assembly and shipping, right? We put them together and we can ship them anywhere you wanted to. Yes, once we have these backers, or customers info, and we could do this for you. You just like at the click of your mouse, and then everything
Nice.
at the click of your mouse, and everything is just, yeah, when
Just done.
everything will go to your customers, yes, smoothly.
And I'm seeing this. This is a beautiful workshop. My God, huge. Ooh,
Thank you.
wow.
And
Wow.
and then yes, after this, you could of course do shipping on your own if you want to,
Yeah.
because a lot of customers they have their own forwarders or logistics, cooperators,
Hmm.
and then they they will ask us to ship this to their local house. But this is like uh, we have this way. It's more expensive because the time is also more consuming. you have to ship from the factory to the warehousing, right?
Yeah.
This is count and there's fee, right? This is a shipping cost,
Mm-hmm.
and then you ship from the local warehousing to your customers, and then there'll be also a lot of costs. For example, the inventory, storage cost, the
Yeah.
postage, and a lot of other
Yeah,
incurring.
packaging itself, though, I mean, because you got
Yeah,
to
exactly.
package the
Picking that.
packaging in
There you
something
go.
else safe. So now you're spending more money
Yeah,
again. Because
you
I
can say
mean,
that again.
everybody doesn't think about it. The box that this stuff comes in isn't free to them either. I mean, you're paying, it's pennies, but those pennies add up.
Yeah, you can say that again. Well, yes, that's right. So yeah, and yeah, so this a picture is worth 1,000 words, right? So you can take a look at our plastic workshop that we are so proud of,
Yeah,
and
it's
yeah,
beautiful, man. Great job. And this is
and
the
this
printing.
printing
Hey,
game
look
with
at that.
yes, yeah, that's yeah,
So
and
what is it? Is this the Unicool building? I mean, it look like you own the whole building. Got the orange and white.
no, we just for this printing, we just invested in this printing workshop.
Okay.
We don't own it, yeah,
Okay.
because we began with plastic, and then
Gotcha. It's a beautiful
because
facility, though. My gosh.
yeah, after we have sensed the booming business, then we try to make a full set of game.
Gotcha.
So yeah, this is our printing workshop.
Look
I
at this,
think
folks. Real deal stuff here behind the
yeah,
scenes. Look at this.
and yeah, there are a lot of modern equipment. And you're always welcome to come visit us at www.unicool.com. Yeah, actually, you can go without the three W's. Just unicoolgames.com because we try to make it simple.
Yep, exactly. Because everybody's doing HTTPS now. No one wants
Yes, yes.
www,
Yeah,
right?
you could of course type www if you prefer, if it's your preference. It's okay. It's gonna
I
be
mean,
visible.
exactly. If you're from the AOL days, you could do that. But if you live in the now, just type it in. Don't worry. The
Yes.
browser will take care of the rest. And that's
Yeah.
another thing. I keep showing you guys this for a reason. Excuse me, but from what right here, if you guys are interested, okay, and having a conversation, if you're serious, all right, this isn't a hangout. This is a serious conversation about creating. I mean, right there, save that. Calendly at the Unicool conference call, 30 minutes. So Billy or someone on the team will take their time and walk you through,
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
idea.
Yes. We also talk about the why people and customers enjoy working with us, right? So there's one of the important or most important factors or like atoms is that we work smart. We always try to stay efficient, because time is one of our most important assets. You're never ever gonna get it back, right?
Back
Not
ever.
and so we always try to improve, just like we strive for better quality and for everything, not just for the quality, but also for a lot of tools as well. So, for example, we used to have meetings with our clients from around the world. This time difference can be really a big hassle. So,
Yes.
right after I scheduled this with Al Mego, and he's really amazing. He brought us this, he introduced us this platform kindly. So we always try to improve our tools. So this really saves a lot of time.
Yes, it does.
This we never have to tell people, okay, what time is it here and what time is there. The time difference is this much, and we are going to have this at your time. And this.
Yeah. Don't you
So
love it? You put your time zone, it takes care of it for
yes,
everybody else.
exactly.
Easy peasy, kiddo.
Yeah, easy, easy, lemon squeezy.
Yeah, I love. Hey, there you go, oh, man. We're about to become the next worldwide Unicool rapping next. All right, with Comic Crusaders. Let's do
You
it.
know, this really saves a lot of time, and a lot of saves a lot of hassle. So yeah, you're always welcome to book an event or schedule a meeting with us there. Yeah, by the link. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Because I also would like to talk a little about Kickstarter, because I think a lot of
Yeah,
people might
talk about that because I know
listen
that I
to
personally
this.
get so many emails, Billy, of people. Hey, I'm on Kickstarter and I have a new game. I mean, I get lots of comic book stuff, but lately, honestly, I see a lot more people doing games, whether it's card games, board games, strategy games. I mean, what is going
Yeah.
on? So yeah, so talk how that's affecting you.
Yes, I would like to talk a little about, but mostly, running a Kickstarter campaign can be really challenging and stressful sometimes, right? especially for those first time creators. What I mean by challenging is that there's really a host of things to do. Say designing and playtesting game, hiring artists and graphic designers, launch and managing crowdfunding campaign, manufacturing a game and shipping games to customers. Oh, the list goes on and on. It's kind of it's really like a daunting, an intimidating list of tasks.
Mm-hmm.
So so breaking everything down can really take hours or days. But due to the limited time, I'm just going to do the short version. I think an effective campaign starts with planning way ahead of the launch. It's very important that you do it long before the launch. So you
Right.
can create a plan early on that breaks your project down into individual action items and gives you an idea of your timeline. And you also have to review your plan with your team and make sure that everyone's on the same page. Oh, did I mention team? It's very important. Most people, it's like it's a one-man job or one-woman job. Basically, even with a team, this is going to take a long time. So it's almost mission impossible, or let's say it's really rather challenging because you have to design and you have to manage this campaign. It takes a lot of time and effort.
It takes away from the creative process when you got to step away and start doing the administrative.
Yes, it's so difficult, and sometimes the backers can be pushy. They would ask you, "Oh, what
Oh,
about this?" Then you have to answer a lot of questions, and you have to, you know, it really can't be everywhere at the same time, right? You just have one you, so it's
the
kind of important
truth.
to have a team, and it's also very important to have them on the same page, on the same wavelength. And yeah, I also like to talk about you know running a campaign is very important. One of the most important thing is to have the right outreach. You know, it, this is one of the most important things you can do to get your campaign successfully funded. People can't back what they don't know about, right? So you have to start building a buzz around your game as soon as possible. But thankfully, there are a few great ways to accomplish this, to get this done. For example, you could uh, do like on BGG, Board Game Geek. You could also have reviews, and you
Hmm.
also could do it through social media, like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram,
Yes.
yeah, Pinterest, anything that you can, and try that. I know you also could build a mailing list. You know, a mailing
Very
list.
important. People think
Yeah.
that email is dead. Far from. It's still the number one
Yes,
marketing tool.
I,
Period.
I personally really like emailing. I like emails a lot because I use it almost every day. I write it, you know,
Yeah.
I check it every day. So I think building an email list is also very important. Mailing list,
It's very
yeah.
imperative because that's where you're gonna find your fan base. Truly.
And this is you can build it long before the launch. So after your launch, then you're already ahead of the game, right? So yeah, you're already there. So it's kind of important. That's why I said it's important to plan beforehand, and also let's see. Um, I think another way is let me see. I think you can also go to conventions, right? You can bring your ideas and your. It's better
Yes.
to be with a prototype, to conventions, and then this is what you're gonna do, and this is what it looks like. To see how it goes. And also another important is that you can try it as to promote it through mm, um, word of mouth. Yes, that's
Yeah.
also another.
You have to
Yeah,
be like Puff Daddy. Go to a gaming convention, put your game on the table, and have
yes,
your all your best friends around you, acting like that's the best game they
yeah,
ever play in their life. To get these other gamers like, yo, what are you guys playing? That's this idea. This is what you got. You have to go to PAX, Billy. PAX,
yeah.
the Penny Arcade convention. It's the largest ones here in the United States. PAX. Look it up. You
PAX.
Yes, it's board games, it's video games, it's everything. And I mean, the board game section will blow your mind because they take this whole facility. It's like they take half of it, and it's just computer stations and then board gaming stations on a huge scale. Like
Well,
Billy, when you come to America, if you want to bring Unicool to American convention, please make it a PAX convention, and they do it on the West Coast. So they do have a California edition, they have a Texas one, and they have a Massachusetts one. So
oh,
they go
then
they go west, central, and east.
this is great. So then I'm gonna also try the Hotel California. That's on
Yeah,
there.
there you go, bro. You tell me you're coming, I'll try to make plans too to hook up with you guys. Heck yeah, man.
You're gonna see. Welcome to the Hotel California.
Yeah, man, exactly. I mean, so that's an idea. Because that's the question. Do they have like gaming conventions out there in China with a big community, like for board games?
Not that many. Most of the board game, conventions and exhibitions are in the States and also in Germany. Like Essen, and also like yeah, Essen. Have you ever heard of Essen?
Which one?
ESSEN, Essen.
No, I have not.
Yeah,
What's
yeah,
that?
and also Gen Con. Have you ever heard of Gen Con?
Yes,
G
that one. Yes, yes.
GON, Gen Con. So yeah, so most of the famous and popular and exhibitions and fairs are in the States and Germany.
Okay. Oh, Germany. Check that out.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
Interesting.
want to share
Interesting.
with you about this experience Kickstarters because and also it's very important. Even that's how to build buzz around your game for your game, right?
Yeah.
Um, there's also it's also very challenging. It's just not like okay, right after this buzz were built, then you're done. No, there's still a whole lot of things to do out there. For
Yes, there are.
example, you have to you have after you launch the campaign, there's you have to prepare your files. You have to interact with your backers early and often. This is very important. You have to keep them posted, right? Keep them in the loop. Keep them updated. So and then you also have to continue promoting and marketing your campaign because it's it's gonna take some time and it's not that much easy, right? Just like even even if we have done a lot of job beforehand, then still
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot to do during this campaign as well. But it's yeah because running campaigns isn't always romantic, right? So there's
Oh,
a lot
it's
of
not. It's far from it. It's a struggle, man, and you gotta
yeah,
you gotta believe. You gotta believe.
sometimes can be really struggling and also a lot of campaigns could fail. Actually, the success rate is not that much high. So you have to do everything that you can to make it a successful
Hmm.
campaign. So and then we were talking about promoting, right, and marketing your campaign. And then you have to just like what I said. Not every campaign sees immediate success. It's not
It's
like a
not
big
promised. Yeah.
yes, and you also then but you don't have to worry because there's still possibility that it can go viral um you know in
Yep.
the later yeah, right
Again,
later
because
not
we have amazing tools, so you just never know, what tool
yes
is the right tool to have
yeah
it gain that traction and notice. Like right now, I could see you guys doing Twitch videos of just playing 15 minutes of the game, teasing people. That's an idea.
oh yeah that's cool and also you have to continue communicating with your backers frequently the two keywords are frequently and consistently I said
Yes.
a one man is not enough because you have to. There's a lot of things to do. You have to update them every now and then, right? So once in a while. So yeah, that's pretty much challenging with just one man. Even with the team, it's really challenging. But it's still possible, and it's becoming more and more popular because we see more and more Kickstarter customers. So
Yeah. So you're
yeah,
starting to you're starting to understand the process. Seeing everything behind the scenes. Like, okay, well, this is what you
and
got to do better.
so exactly, and those Kickstarter runners, they even have their second game or third game already planned out.
Hmm.
In the way as well. on the
Which is bad though, because let's concentrate on number one before we
yes,
move
but
on to number two.
they yeah, they want to use the first one. They try to make it simple, and they want to decrease the risks wherever
Yeah,
they can, and they yes, and they just like use this as to test
the
water, right?
launching pad. Yeah, the launching
Yeah,
pad, if you will. That's all.
yeah,
Let's see how great it is. Do people like it? But they can't be afraid either. I will go all out. Let's do it.
yeah, and then
All or nothing.
they after this is a success, then you have to gather the backers information, send it to your manufacturing, like send to us, and then we will know this, and then we will work out like an estimated and then shipping cost for you, and then yeah, you have to, and then you have to tell your backers like how long it's gonna take this to ship. So, some of the Kickstarter campaigns I see it can take a year, Tom, but
Oh, damn.
to ship this stuff. But you can't let them like you have to. I mean, let them know beforehand, right? You have to let them know beforehand. You don't They don't want surprises. They don't want surprise. So this is all about expectation management. You have to tell
Absolutely.
them beforehand. Instead of just keep them posted, and then they'll not be surprised that, oh, this is gonna take so long. We can imagine this, right? Suppose that you're the customers. When we buy things, right? We want it to have the battery. We want to have it as quick as possible, as soon as possible. But sometimes it's just gonna take a while. But we have to know it beforehand. So I will not be so anxious, right? So yeah, this is yeah, pretty much it. And yes, stay in touch with it. That's also very important.
There you go. You hear the man. I mean, he's giving you guys tips right now, especially how to work with this amazing company too. When you make your game, because you already have Stuart says I gotta go, but I'm gonna watch this later and tell Billy he's gonna get an email. He wants to talk to you. You maybe got you a custom here today.
Wow, that's
Um,
great. You're always welcome to send inquiries to inquiries at unicool.com, or you can reach out to me if you prefer. My email is
Excellent.
yeah, is billy at unicoolgames.com. Yes, I can send it to the oh, there's actually comments here. I didn't know that. Sorry.
Oh yeah. No, no. People were commenting, and then we have our hellos there too in our private chat. So it's like, yeah, people are digging it. They love what you're doing. They feel the energy of Unicool because they know it's really cool. No pun
Wow, this is
intended.
so cool. I would really would like to thank like Stewart Wilson. Yeah, he's really so amazing. I mean, it's my first time. Right? I was kind of nervous. I don't know what people are gonna say. This is because it's our debut. So
Brother, I don't know, bro. You did great, but right, give Billy a hand, folks. And Billy,
thank you very
you
much.
did great. I
For,
really enjoyed having you on. I really appreciate you teaching us all about Unicool, what you guys do, and how you're here to help people, create their dreams. And when it comes to board games and gaming in general, I love the presentation. Again, so folks, let me show you one last time. Please visit the website Unicool Games so you know what they're all about. All right, but even cooler is this,
yes.
right? They just hooked up with Calendly, and they have 30-minute conference calls. So if you're serious about creating a game,
Oh, if you
all
have
right,
any questions,
or
yeah,
questions right there. I mean, they're here to help you and guide you. I mean, you know what I mean? So, but I think that Unicool can be the home, the haven for independent gaming, board gaming.
yeah,
Bring
just
your
like
crafts here. It's wonderful. I love it. I love the presentation, and I see that you really are about this. And,
yes,
and just even now, we're here to talk about Unicool, but you turn this into an education about how to utilize your Kickstarter better. And
yes,
we thank you for that. So many folks, me included, that want to do something like that, and we just need to have that push, but that extra piece of knowledge. And so, thank you.
yeah, and yes, scheduling an event with us is absolutely free. No worries, it's not going to
Yeah,
cost you
don't
anything.
cost you nothing. Yeah, it's free. You
Yes,
sound like a lawyer right now. The first consultation is free right now.
on my house. It's on my house.
Excellent, excellent. And there you go, Billy. Thank you again, everybody that tuned in. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to reach out. He's ready for you, man, to take them calls and make sure that to make your dreams come true, as stated earlier. Thank you for tuning in, my people. Hasta la próxima. Later.
Thank you. 谢谢. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. If you like the content, please subscribe and turn on notifications. Also, please visit comiccrusaders.shop and our extended podcast family over at undercovercapes.com. And also, make sure to download the Comic Crusaders app on the Google Play Store today.